How you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
So, I mean, this is your baby. This is your feature film. You wrote and directed it.
Yeah.
Talk about the satisfaction of having seeing this actually on screen now.
I mean, I was like post-college, living in New York, trying to write while working for various independent film companies and, you know, in coffee shops and things after work, just struggling to write movies, wanting to be the filmmaker. And so to come back to have a film that I wrote, that I'm directing about that time in New York City, in the locations where I was living, is really kind of, for me, like it's a kind of poetic experience. To make a movie in the best city in the world, to me, it was incredible.
I mean, you hit it on the money. I mean, New York City is a character in this film. I mean, the shooting locations, Gramercy Park.
Yeah.
I mean, why is it better to be here? Why couldn't you have done this in Toronto or Vancouver or something?
I don't know. I think those, like, nothing against those cities, but I feel like New York has this this palpable energy that that makes people want to be there. It makes them work harder. It makes them be sort of the best versions of themselves. And I think people have a lot of fun here. And I think that fun translated into the guys' experience and the girls' experience, and their performances on screen reflect the fun that they're having. And there are just so many like gorgeous locations that you can shoot in that give the movie scope and production value. And it's also, there's an intangible je ne sais quoi about the film that it really shows up.
Je ne sais quoi, I love it. Talk about casting your three leads, because I mean, between Zac and Miles and Michael, you've got three actors who are really great dramatic actors now doing this romantic comedy. What do you see in them that made you think that they were good for these roles?
Well, you know, I just wanted, there's a fundamental sort of thread amongst the guys that connects them all. And off screen, they're all actually really good people. And it was the thing, when I met them, I thought these guys could be friends in real life because they share that characteristic. And I think if you look at friend groups, that's often a thing that binds them. The second thing, you know, why I cast people who aren't necessarily known for being comedic actors in this role, because I wanted it to sort of transcend like genre barriers. I shot it in full anamorphic because that forced you to take the movie a little bit more seriously, and I wanted guys who could really do anything. Guys that could go from drama to comedy, and oftentimes I asked them to do it in the same scene. And all of these guys have gear changes that they can hit seamlessly and pull off, you know, pretty much anything.
They're fantastic actors. So basically, the crux of the movie is, you know, when does a guy stop dating? When do you have that relationship? When do you want to be serious? When are you going to have that moment? Yeah. But honestly speaking, is it better to be in a long-term monogamous relationship, or is it better to play the field and have your fun?
I think the answer to that question is probably both. I think people need experience. They need to make mistakes in relationships with people, and you know, I've certainly done that in my life, but I have parents who've been married for 40 years and are tremendously happy. So I've seen both models work, and I don't know the answer. I feel like dating, it's person specific, and helpful to have experience, but certainly not necessary.
Good stuff. All right, so you know you've made this film. It's out there in the world. Hopefully, it does pretty good. What's next for you? What's your next project?
I'm writing a big heist movie in Macau, where it's three guys who get in over their heads in a very different environment.
Interesting.
And try to take down one of the giant casinos over there. So I'm doing that for Warner Brothers.